Few locations inspire as much fantasy as Jerusalem. One of the oldest cities on earth, considered sacred by Muslims, Christians, and Jews. The modern city of Jerusalem, which has for millennia been a nexus of cultures and religions, is an amazing location to explore. While it still serves as a spiritual and historical hub, it is also a modern, dynamic city where conventional ways of living coexist with global perspectives. Subscribe to AWZ and let us know if you enjoy our video. From Jerusalem's bustling urban hub to the old city's winding lanes and sacred sites. The touching Yad Vashem Memorial to the welcoming Nahaliyot neighborhood. From the quaint mountain town of Ein Kerem to the delightful Mahane Yehuda market. For many travelers, entering Jerusalem's old city is a mystical experience that makes them feel as though they have entered a different time and place. This area of Jerusalem has evidence of human settlement dating back thousands of years, and it actually feels like a living history museum. It has undergone innumerable conquests, destructions, and reconstructions, leaving behind the remnants of various empires and nations everywhere. The Christian, Armenian, Muslim, and Jewish sectors, each with their own distinctive personality, make up the old city. Additionally, there are countless opportunities to explore its small lanes and streets. From the quiet residential areas of the Jewish community to the commotion of the bustling souk in the Muslim sector. Since some of the holiest sites of the three great monotheistic religions are located in or close to these neighborhoods, the old city attracts many tourists and pilgrims because of its spiritual ambience. One of Israel's most well-known attractions is the Western Wall, where Jews from all over the world congregate to pray. It serves as a sizable outdoor synagogue and draws worshippers day and night. It may be both intimate and daunting to enter the room, especially during Jewish holidays when large numbers gather here to participate in group prayers. Also accessible to visitors are the fascinating Western Wall tunnels. The wall's open portion is around 60 meters long, but most of its original length of nearly half a kilometer is concealed below ground. Although the Western Wall is very stunning, the Jewish people refer to the area behind it as the Temple Mount, which is where the wall's holiness originates. They have opted to pray at the western wall of the temple instead because they are unable to worship here due to access restrictions. One of the holiest and possibly most contentious places on earth is here. Together with the First Temple, it is regarded as the most significant spiritual location in Judaism and serves as the site of the Second Jewish Temple. The Al-Aqsa Mosque and the recognizable Dome of the Rock are two of Islam's most revered structures, and together they make up what Muslims refer to as Al-Haram Ash-Sharif, or the Temple Mount. After Mecca and Medina, it is regarded as the third holiest site and is particularly significant to many Muslims. You have the option to visit these grounds as a traveler during specific times of the day. Christians from all over the world travel the way of suffering, known as the Via Dolorosa, in order to follow in the steps of Jesus as he carried his cross to Calvary. You will finally get at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, one of the most significant churches in the Christian faith, by following this route. Christians consider Jesus to have been crucified and killed here before rising from the dead. Although the church was constructed in the 4th century, it was destroyed and rebuilt numerous times, leaving behind remnants from numerous historical eras. There are numerous security precautions in the Old City and all across Jerusalem. The city's status is still up for debate and plays a critical role in the conflict between Israel and Palestine. Many Palestinians also assert claims to portions of these areas, even though Israel governs the city and has proclaimed it its capital. Travelers should head to the Mount of Olives, which is situated on a rocky mountain range to the east of the city, for one of the best vantage points over the Old City. There are other significant religious sites nearby, including the stunning Church of All Nations and the Church of Mary Magdalene, aside from the vistas. Over 150,000 Jewish people have found their final resting place at the world's oldest, continuously operating cemetery, which is located on the Mount of Olives. The Old City is the main attraction for many tourists, but it only makes up a small portion of modern-day Jerusalem. Once you leave this area, you'll discover that the city is filled with people of all kinds. For instance, the lovely Mamila Shopping Street displays its commercial side, while the energetic Jaffa Street links different areas of the new city. The entrance to the amazing Mahane Yehuda Market, a bustling traditional market where everything under the Middle Eastern sun is sold, is located on Jaffa Street. The Mahane Yehuda Market is one of the busiest in Israel, if not the entire world, and this is where it all begins. Here, practically everything is for sale. There are a lot of restaurants and small pubs in addition to the fresh goods. At the very least, it's energetic. The market, where people from all walks of life congregate and do their daily shopping, is regarded by many locals as the beating heart of Jerusalem. It's an interesting place for tourists to explore, try some of the delectable cuisine, or just take in the lively atmosphere. Once the merchants have left, the market is turned into a restaurant and bar scene in the nights. Except for Friday evening and Saturday, which is Shabbat, the Jewish people's weekly day of rest, Mahane Yehuda is open every day. Nahal Oti, a collection of numerous neighborhoods, begins across from the market. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, this region was initially created by locals who felt that Jerusalem's old city was getting overcrowded. Travelers pass by old mansions, modest synagogues, and secret courtyards as they navigate its twisting, narrow alleyways. The neighborhood of Mea Shearim, which is primarily populated by ultra-Orthodox, Haredi Jews, is one of Jerusalem's most distinctive neighborhoods. You get the sensation that you've been transported back in time when walking these streets. Most of the residents still follow the customs, traditions, and attire of the 19th century, and many of the dwellings are reminiscent of ancient Eastern European Jewish districts. Here, Friday is the busiest day of the week, and Jewish festivals like Sukkot are enthusiastically observed. Yad Vashem is a memorial to the 6 million Jews who perished in the Second World War and is arguably the most powerful and poignant museum in the entire world. Through a variety of museums, displays, gardens, and memorials, visitors can spend hours here learning about the Holocaust. Please be aware that inside the museum, photography is strictly prohibited. These photos were taken in various locations around the memorial. In Ein Kerem, a charming mountain community outside of the city, we complete this tour of Jerusalem. It is dotted with old homes, peaceful gardens, monasteries, and cathedrals. With its handy location halfway between Jerusalem and Bethlehem and the fabled birthplace of John the Baptist, it has long been a favorite stop for Christian travelers. It is still a significant center of worship today, but city dwellers are increasingly using it as a weekend escape. Our trip to Jerusalem, one of the most fascinating vacation locations on Earth, comes to an end now. I know I merely touched the surface. Exploring this historic city would take weeks, if not years. However, I still hope that this film inspired you to travel or at the very least offered you a peek of a location that is so significant to millions of people all over the world. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.